Biocultural beauty versus aspirational beauty, the hidden forces behind beauty standards. Aspirational beauty standards are engineered to be unreachable. Their purpose is not to be achieved, but to be pursued endlessly. Introduction. Beauty standards shape perceptions of attractiveness, desirability, and social worth. But are these standards naturally occurring, or are they deliberately imposed? The debate between biocultural beauty and aspirational beauty reveals a deeper reality. Beauty is not just about aesthetics. It serves as a mechanism of control, hierarchy, and economic exploitation. Biocultural beauty, stability, and self-reinforcement. Biocultural beauty emerges naturally from an interplay of genetics, diet, environment, and cultural continuity. Over generations, these factors shape prevalent, prevailing, and preferred body types that are widely accepted within a given population. For example, in many African cultures, dietary patterns rich in carbohydrates and protein influence the way fat is distributed in the body. Over time, this has led to the reinforcement of certain body types as the norm, rather than the exception. This is not an arbitrary preference, but a biocultural equilibrium, where the naturally occurring body type becomes the socially preferred one, reinforcing itself across generations. Unlike trend-driven beauty ideals, biocultural beauty is self-sustaining and does not require media reinforcement to remain dominant. 3. Aspirational beauty. Artificial, exclusive, and unattainable. Aspirational beauty, in contrast, is not rooted in what is prevalent, but in what is rare. It selects exceptional, difficult-to-maintain body types and promotes them as the ideal standard. Take the European beauty standard often seen in fashion and media: tall, slim, leggy figures with delicate features. Empirical data shows that this is not representative of the majority of European women, yet it is consistently promoted. The result? A forced desire for a body type that is statistically uncommon and unsustainable for most. Even those who achieve it find it fleeting, as aging, lifestyle demands, and natural physiology eventually override it. Aspirational beauty, by design, is fragile and exclusionary. It creates a hierarchy where very few can ever naturally fit the mold. Unlike biocultural beauty, which is inclusive and self-perpetuating, aspirational beauty requires constant maintenance, external validation, and reinforcement by media and industry. IV, the mechanisms of control. Beauty as a social hierarchy. Beauty standards do more than define attractiveness. They define privilege, status, and access. Those who align with aspirational beauty ideals often gain social validation, professional opportunities, and romantic desirability, while those who do not are subtly marginalized. However, the true power of aspirational beauty lies in its ability to regulate behavior and self-perception. People internalize beauty hierarchies and often become self-policing in their pursuit of the ideal. This creates a form of soft social control where individuals willingly conform to unattainable standards, believing that doing so will yield greater acceptance and social rewards. This content is brought to you by Bobby Gigs. Promote your brand here and reach a wide audience across platforms like YouTube, Instagram, and Facebook. Follow the links in the description to get started. The economic engine, beauty as a perpetual market. If everyone could effortlessly meet beauty standards, the industries built around beauty would collapse. The cosmetics, weight loss, plastic surgery, fashion, and fitness industries thrive on the notion that beauty is something that must be actively pursued. This is where aspirational beauty's greatest function comes into play. It ensures that beauty remains a commodity rather than an inherent trait. It perpetuates dissatisfaction, fueling endless consumer demand. It creates a self-defeating loop where people are always striving but never arriving. The quote introduced at the beginning encapsulates this dynamic. Aspirational beauty standards are engineered to be unreachable. Their purpose is not to be achieved, but to be pursued endlessly. The industry ensures that beauty is always just out of reach, making continuous consumption necessary. Media reinforcement, the power of representation. The media plays a crucial role in sustaining aspirational beauty standards. By repeatedly showcasing the same rare body types as the pinnacle of attractiveness, it conditions society to internalize an unrealistic norm. This is why trends in beauty shift every few years. The standard must constantly evolve to keep the cycle of aspiration alive. If people were ever fully satisfied with their natural appearance, the economy built around beauty would face an existential threat. Conclusion: beauty as a reflection of power. At its core, beauty standards are not just about aesthetics, but about power dynamics. Biocultural beauty is naturally occurring, inclusive, and self-sustaining. Aspirational beauty is artificially constructed, exclusionary, and economically driven. The difference between the two is not just preference, it is about who benefits from the system. While biocultural beauty affirms and reinforces naturally existing body types, aspirational beauty serves to manufacture dissatisfaction, regulate social status, and sustain consumer markets. This raises a final question. If beauty were truly free from external influence, what would it look like?